Alright, I didn't plan on doing another trip today. It is June 30th still. But the racing has been absolutely terrible to me, and I just need something to relax and then go back and try to get another video for racing. So we're gonna do a little flight. It might not be as long as the others.
November Echo Echo Bravo Oscar November 5 with Sierra request taxi for takeoff east departure.
But just needed something relaxing, and I'm addicted.
Taxi to an hold short of runway 29er using taxiway Echo Bravo Alpha Cross runway 23 Charlie. Contact tower on 124.5 when ready.
But yeah, I'm addicted to this flying. I'm having fun. I have a goal to get across the country, so that's kind of given me a little more incentive. Got a plane landing here. Wasn't expecting to see something that big here. We got to get over to that runway, and I think I have taken the wrong way. I don't. Hold on. We're going to cheat this. I'm not turning on the taxi, but we are going to go up and... Okay. That's where we need to go. Already lost, and we haven't even taken off. It's going well. Maybe this was a bad idea. So yeah, I don't know where we're gonna go. Maybe up to Strawberry Mountain. I know I talked about that a while ago. This thing is turning extremely hard to the right. All this isn't good for the airplane, but I need to get the controls. It might just be windy. What is the wind?
Redmond Airport information, Sierra 010.
Oh yeah, 29 mile an hour or knots. Yeah, when I went to look up this area afterwards, I've seen that they have a wildfire that's causing evacuations. So, not in-flight sim, obviously, but might be something. If they could start getting wildfires and floods and other things like that. We do have a bit more cloud buildup. There is convective area that we're going to be flying through, but it doesn't look like anything's forming, so not currently worried about it. And we'll go this short little hop over to Grant County Regional. It's just pretty much straight east, and the wind is blowing. This up. Tower. Stop here.
Redmond Tower, Cessna Kilo November Echo Echo Bravo Oscar November 5 ready at runway 29er departure to the east. Cessna Kilo November Echo Echo Bravo Oscar November 5 altimeter 29er decimal entry wind 29er 4 at 29er. East departure approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 29er. Cleared for takeoff runway 29er Cessna Oscar November 5.
Alright. Cleared for takeoff. We're going to get up in the air really quick with this wind. we should have a pretty good tailwind. So altitude is already 3,100. Airspeed up to 70 already. I didn't even do flaps because I completely spaced that out. We're gonna fly straight till we clear at least this other runway. Get around. That tower is a bit excessive. Alright, start turning east. And we're just gonna follow.
Oscar November 5, continue for east departure.
We're just gonna follow this little ridge.
Redwood Tower, Cessna Kilo November Echo Echo Bravo Oscar
hills,
November 5,
mountains.
continue for east departure.
And that should take us to where we're going. Should. Get this off the screen. Trim this up. We are not climbing. Slowly climbing out here. We don't have to get too high up here. Got a couple of valleys that we can just sneak through. We need to be heading straight east. And it looks like, well, yeah, that's 7,000 feet in front of us, so we're going to have to kind of go off to the left of that. The rest of it around there is 5,000 feet. Is that real? 5,000 feet? Shit. Alright, we're going to have to do some climbing, it looks like. This, high desert takes another step up, apparently. Or I'm reading the map wrong. So let's take a quick look at it. We just took off from here. That is the big thing in front of us. We're going to go to the left of that and then over here to, I believe it's John Day is the name of the town. Grant County Regional. Strawberry Mountain right around there. And, yeah, looks like this just keeps on climbing up on elevation. This tailwind is definitely helping us out a bit. Let's hop outside real quick. Plane's flying straight fairly well since we're not dealing with any wind. And just a lot of brush. A bit of farm over here. Not a whole lot else. And we are going to be fighting the sun.
Redwood Tower, Cessna Kilo November Echo Echo Bravo Oscar November 5, frequency change.
But again, I mean, we made it all the way to Portland without issues, so I think we'll be okay. Local time, it's almost 7 o'clock here.
5 miles east of Redmond, 4,600 feet. Request flight following.
Cessna Kilo November Echo Echo Bravo Oscar November 5 Seattle approach. Squawk 5764.
Squawk 5764 Cessna Oscar November 5.
Cessna Oscar November 5 radar contact 6 miles west of Sierra 39er, 4,800 feet. Altimeter 29.83.
Roger, Cessna Oscar,
Okay.
November 5.
All that taken care of. That way we can kind of hear some traffic and not be just completely me talking. And let's see what's going on the side of this hill. Looks like they got a big dirt pathway up it. I'm not sure. Does this even have a name of what it is? No. I mean, not on this map at least. But let's see if we can see this road on the map. I might not even be looking at the right thing. Hold on. Yeah, we might not even be looking at the exact thing that I thought we were looking at. Looking for a town and a lake. I think the lake is actually in this little canyon, so we'll just fly over this canyon. That's going to take us then to the higher elevation, so I already have confused myself. But that looks like it might be Powell Butte. I don't know if that would be it or not. We're heading directly east, so at least we know that. And then we'll eventually see some taller mountains. I'm loving flying. This has been a lot of fun. What is up with that road? Like building it around trees? Is that a road? I think it's a road. Look at this little canyon. Shit, that's a pretty steep drop off, actually. Well, I don't see the lake. Is there a town back over in that one? There is. So I think maybe I'm a little farther south than I thought. We got a town over there. A road coming through this canyon. And that is really cool looking though. That has taken some time to dig all that out. What is all of this? There was a place I was flying over in Arizona that had a bunch of random roads carved out of it and absolutely nothing around it. And it was like a big scam that someone did back in the 70s. A bunch of people bought the property, but then nothing was ever built. So we got a private strip. Looks like people live on it. I'm gonna guess that's Dry Creek? Well, we're still heading east. We're heading more south. Maybe it's Tailwheel. Prineville. Alright. We should have a lake right in front of us. We do. Alright. Figuring out where we're at. there's a car driving on the taxiway and onto the runway. Guess that works. It's the driveway also, right? Very cool little river going through there. And then it digs out deeper over here. Got a lot of housing. This is Prinville. The town. I am confused though by all those roads over there. Lots of paved roads to nowhere. So I'm guessing someone had a big idea and that idea failed. Alright. This lake is not the shape that I was looking for. We are not by Prinville. That's so lost. Alright. I think this is Prinville Reservoir. I mean, we are and we aren't next to it. So just to show you what I'm looking at, I'm thinking this is what we're seeing. I mean, that matches the best. I was looking for this up here. That's definitely not it. So it looks like we're heading this way. Now what we just flew over, maybe that. But as for towns, I'm not seeing what we were supposed to be seeing. And I didn't see a solar farm. Got a motocross track over there? Or just a trail?
Oscar November 5 contact Seattle Center on 128.15.
We're still on Seattle Center.
128.15 Cessna Oscar November 5.
Back the throttle off a bit. Forgot about redlining
Seattle
that.
Center Cessna Kilo November Echo Echo Bravo Oscar November 5 7,200 feet. Cessna Kilo November Echo Echo Bravo Oscar November 5 Seattle Center altimeter 29.72 continue as planned.
So we did fill up at the last stop, if you were wondering about that. Full fuel. Oh, bit of lightning out of nowhere. Got a storm building up there. Sometimes the thunder and the lightning is a bit excessive. We'll just stay to the left of that. I think it's a little bit early for lightning. That worries me. Is this stuff just gonna pop up out of nowhere? I don't know if the weather system can actually do that. Right now, it's no big deal, but we definitely want to stay away from that cloud. Another strike. That's a cool view. So this is going to kind of force us a little more north, which might be good because I might figure out where we're at. You're going to hear thunder. The thunder is a bit loud. And the lightning is way too much for how small of a storm this is right now. But something new. Have not encountered any storms yet. Doesn't look like there's any rain falling out of that, but it could build up. So we're just going to avoid that. We don't want to get into any extremely rough air. We've got this nice little flat bit of land. I gotta figure out if we can find that. We need to find where we're at. I have not been able to find anything on this map, so... Heading just a little northeast, northeast. Getting a few bumps here now. A little too close to that. We're okay. But like I said, there was convection area here, possible thunderstorms. It is actually doing that, sort of, but does not look like something that should be producing lightning at the moment. But definitely something we want to stay away from. Alright, we got another little lake. That is... it's not really looking like what I'm seeing. All I know is no one should ever trust me to navigate. I do not have a clue where I'm at right now. We're in the United States, and that is about as close as I can get you. Maybe Oregon. Maybe Idaho. Probably Oregon still. So we're going to follow this little valley river. I think that's going to get us to where we want. We just can't have a storm build up. We'll see. We're going to find out if storms build up or not. Get this thing trimmed out. Air is definitely circulating a little more than it had been. We're still quite a ways away from the clouds, and we're pretty far away from that cell. Thunder, I don't know if you can hear that. But we're at least moving past that. And I'm still not able to actually pinpoint my place on the map. We got something coming up called the Black Canyon Wilderness Area. Oh, that came out of a cloud that it should not have. Holy shit. I assume that was a firework outside. Cat is not happy. Alright. Check something. We've got a road coming up this canyon. The entire area just kind of all looks the same. There's not a big enough point to stick out for me to say, oh yeah, that's that. I don't know, this is some tough area to fly over and figure out where I'm at. I've not had this big of an issue before. Got another bigger canyon with some water in it. A lightning strike coming out of a tiny cloud. A little over the top, Microsoft. I'm definitely not clearing this storm very fast. Second. All right. There's no way we're already there. We might be way past where I thought we were. We might be right over the Black Canyon wilderness area. If so, good news. Big gusts of wind there. Or we are way too far north. And we're ending up on the other side of the mountains that I was planning on following. That might have happened as well. Yes, I think that actually happened. I think we are in the very south side of the military zone. Alright, so I'm looking at these ridges. They kind of fold over here. I'm looking at this road and river. And that looks like what I'm seeing. If so, we're going to follow this, and it should take us to the town that I wanted to go to. How we ended up this far north, I don't know. But we're definitely going to want to get on the ground because these storms are developing now. We're not really outrunning them. And past this town, there's not a whole lot for a long ways. But these kind of look like those folds, and then maybe a town up here. Like, all these elevations are so high that a 7,000, 8,000 mountain is not really sticking out. It should be. I've got to be reading everything wrong. Yeah, because these folds are on the north side of the road I was looking at. We got folds down here. Welcome to being lost with me. I will be your tour guide over areas I don't know. Looking for lakes on the map. Got one right here. That's not really in the area that I was looking at, so I don't think we're in that area now. There's a big lake. Alright, we should be able to find that. Holy crap, are we way farther south than I thought? Okay, the next possible is those are the lakes, which would put us down here. But I'm not even sure that makes sense. But those lakes are definitely looking more and more like it. There's a road coming up from it. Is there an airport back there that you can see? Difficult to say. Okay, so we're not as far east, and the folds that we were seeing were not actually all that visible on the map. This has got to be it, though, now, right? Got a little lake, two big lakes, kind of connected, but not. Oops. And then this river should go up to a town, maybe? We'll just follow this road. Yeah, definitely, because this road bends down around the river. And we got that same thing here. So we should be able to find a little town, Paulina, along this road. Alright. Maybe slightly less lost. Maybe. If you got this game, try this. Don't just throw a GPS in. Load up SkyVector, the website, go to an area that you don't know and try to follow along, because the amount of distance you cover in the air is going to start to confuse you a bit, and it's kind of a fun challenge. I was getting a bit worried though, because being this lost with a storm and clouds building up even more around the area now. We have outran the storm a bit. That's good. It hasn't built up any. Another positive. It means that we're probably not going to see anything build up extra. So we're not near the Black Canyons, which is good, because I was kind of disappointed in what they were saying was a Black Canyon. I was looking for some like lava, anything that looked a little black in the canyon, but we got a better idea now. We're heading to Paulina, and then we're heading up to the Black Canyons, and then we will see some bluff type formations up here, and Strawberry Mountain might be that off in the distance. Might be. Been 100% wrong on everything else so far. Cool little flat land there. Rivers running along it, digging out the canyons. So glad we've seen those lakes. Those lakes saved us from being just absolutely lost. So this road is still going up this way. And then we should be like right here is Paulina. It's gonna be a little town though, I'm sure. Clouds are forming. Sun is getting a little lower. We are going further east, so even though we're in a time zone, further east we go, the earlier the sun's going to set. That storm is doing nothing except for making noise and lightning. Don't have to worry about it now. Controller wasn't working there for a second, so it started drifting left. We are just following this random ass road up to Polina. Elevation right now around us is about 4,000 to 5,000. Cool little hill here. And I'm gonna say this is Polina, the giant city of Polina. It's got two roads going in and out. Don't know what they're trying to ride up there. There you go. Now you know that is a place. And then I think the Black Canyons are back behind those hills. So the question is, do I just follow this road? I think we should just stick with this road, this paved road. It's a bit of a main road. It's gonna go up in the direction we want to go, but then it's gonna start going south. But we got another big canyon coming up that might be this one here. I don't know if it's a big canyon, but it's gonna point us in the right direction. And the mountains that I've been looking for us to follow are right in front of us. Not sure how I ended up so far south, but we've sorted ourselves. I like the outside view. I know it's not really realistic to fly out here, but I really enjoy looking around at all these formations, farmland. I mean, like, look, this just flattens off right there. It's just such a weird land. Some of it gets eroded away, some of it doesn't. Got this little tiny stream doing its best. It's gonna drain off into this canyon. Possibly. Still got this road. It's got a junction. Ooh, lightning strike. And we're gonna follow this to the east rather than going up. Okay, lightning's getting a little close and just coming out of nowhere. Now I got a mark on the map now. Show you this. So this is that junction that I think we're at. Paulina's back here. Or this is the junction. I don't know. Looking for a ranch. What that ranch is going to look like, I have no idea. I think that's the other junction that goes south. So this is definitely the one that goes east. And then the ranch is up here, is what they're saying. definitely not a place you would want to fly at night unless you had GPS. You would just have, I mean, you could use the VORs and be just fine, but I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of light out here. There's a whole lot of nothing out here. Looking for this ranch. Very disappointed. So we're just going to call this all a ranch. Or we're lost again. Alright, so this road's gonna go up this way now. Black Canyon is over there. We're headed in the right direction-ish. I think what's throwing me off is this side of these mountains doesn't go up very steep, but on the other side it drops off a ton. It's like over here we're 4,000, 5,000, and on the other side of the mountains it's saying like 3,500, 3,000. Got another town-looking thing. Don't really see any names or anything on it. Another lightning strike straight ahead. This canyon's a little further off than I had thought. I think it's up here now. Looking behind us, we have almost lost the mountains. I don't know if you can see those, but we have pretty much lost the major peaks. Sun is definitely a little lower than last time. The cloud cover is not going to help things. Luckily, still very high clouds. Forgot to turn landing lights off. And I'll forget to turn them on when I actually go to land. Alright, this road is now... I don't know where it's headed. Okay, it splits off somewhere. Hold on. Let me figure out what direction we're headed. We're still headed sort of east. I at least have an idea where we're at now, so a positive. But I've kind of lost. That's some interesting, or if that's just rock. So I think our best action here, so that we know exactly where we're at, is to follow this canyon up through these mountains and follow this back. There's a canyon back behind there, the John Day River. We're going to follow that to the town and land. I think that is the solution. And we'll get to see Black Canyon. So I'll show that to you real quick. We are-ish around here. I want to go up through here and then over. Because it's difficult picking out where I'm actually at through this land. And that looks like a nice little place to split through. Might give us a cool view. Thankfully, these storms didn't develop. It doesn't appear to have that ability, so we are saved from really getting in trouble. Outside as we come up to this. Not sure how impressive it's going to be, but it's fairly deep over here. And soon we'll find out that I actually don't know where I'm at, and I was wrong about all of this. I don't think this river flows. If it flows this way, it looks like it's a hell of a lot deeper over here. Alright, what direction are we headed? Pretty much north, so that's good. Black Canyon is going to be over here. There should be a town as we split and come out of this little opening in the mountains. We're at 7,500 and the peak on that is at 6,987. Looks about right. And then that way over there might be Strawberry Mountain. Or it might not be. I wouldn't take anything I say as fact. This will give us a little bit of room, hopefully not get tossed around too much, rather than just coming up over these. We've got more clouds above us that are getting a bit darker, but nothing worrisome at the moment. Haven't even seen rain yet, so I think the lightning is just a bit overdone in game. Not too often are you getting lightning storms out of clouds this high and scattered. I might download a weather mod that is supposed to do some stuff better, but yeah, I don't know. I just wish they would fix it. Them going off of forecasts just not worked out well. Alright, this is supposed to be Black Canyon, I think. So why it got its name, I don't know. Let's see if we can search that. It's just a hiking area. Let's go back in. Images. Yeah, I'm not seeing a whole lot. I think it's just a name. It's definitely a lot more rocky and rigid from some of the images that I'm seeing, but or it could just not even be this area. But I have a pretty good feeling that we are actually where I think we are. We are getting lifted up in the air. Like, plane is just getting shoved up. We're not even climbing. Now we're dropping and we're not even nose down. Gonna be a lot of bumps across this. We'll stay in the plane just so we don't accidentally get ourselves turned over. Dip the nose down. Can I see a town over there? I do not see a town. This does look like what we're looking for. We do have a little bit of wavy formations that I thought I was seeing before. And this flight is actually taking a lot longer than I thought it was going to. I know we're not doing a really direct path there, but yeah, this was a much longer trip than I had expected. Still having a hard time gauging how long it's going to take to get to some places, so really glad I did this trip. Get it out of the way now and not try something longer. Assume that is an issue with the image. Yeah. That is a stitching issue with the aerial image. So we got a little town here. That is a very cool looking scene. Up there on accident. Trying to save this image real quick. So below us is going to be Dayville. Right down there. Little split, two rivers coming together. We are going up this canyon to what appears to be that city there. I think this was a good idea to come up this way now, because definitely a whole lot more going on with the scenery over here. Don't want to turn too soon because the mountains off to our right are going to be pushing some air onto us. We are going to have to start dropping. Looks like the elevation of the airport is 3,700. And then it's going to be 3,000 feet all the way through this canyon. And it will look cooler as we get lower. It's a really cool looking place though. Just kind of out in the middle of nowhere. Alright, let's get turned here. Okay, let's start dropping. Pick up a lot of speed here. I'm going to give it a little more moisture just so I don't forget about it. About this angle down. Sun to our back. We've got a smaller town and a highway coming up out of it off of this valley, and then we'll be at the larger town. So not sure how far away it is, but we got to get there because there's nowhere else. And local time now, it is, what, 7:45? Finally hear another airplane. Highly doubt that was the first time someone has talked in real life. They definitely need to up the amount of real traffic that is talking on the radio and traffic around you. That is a cool, look at that. That's awesome looking. Just a really cool little valley. Little farms along the river. Ranching up the hills. I think our town is actually right up here that we're going to. We'll get down to about 5,000 feet. I don't want to go too much lower. Let's go ahead and kick full throttle. We are starting to run a bit close on time, especially with the mountains around us. And it's not going to get super dark for a couple more hours, but we still got a ways to go. There should be another road coming up from the south. But I mean, this is a part of the U.S. Never heard of it. Didn't know it existed. It's probably nothing cool. But, I mean, just a little river running through a valley in Oregon. Randomly find it flying over. Look at these hills. Are they like flattened off, or is there something weird going on? Now, Strawberry Mountain is supposed to be 9,000 feet. I assume it's this up here. We must still be quite a ways away from it, because right now that doesn't look too impressive. Unless it's behind us and this is the 8,000 feet. Is this the road coming from the south again? That's a much harder way to come through, it looks like. We got a little strip down here? Or is it just a long field? I think it's a long field. Yeah, this lightning's a bit stupid. Nothing here should be producing that. I know I've said that 1,000 times, but just in case you skipped ahead. Or you keep skipping ahead and every time I say it, you hear it. These are really weird. Flattened out, smooth, and then, yeah, I don't understand how that formed. Like, there should be a highway. I mean, is it all the way down there? There's no way that we're that far away. Should have a town. Is that the town? Are we considering that a town?
American 2748, contact Gulf Lake Center on 128.05.
I think I'm just thinking we're traveling faster than we are.
Going to 128.05 American 2740.
We need to check our elevation. Alright, we've still at 6,100. I know we haven't got an updated barometer, but I went ahead and hit it just to make sure. That looks really good. That is all sloping up there. It's not flat. It's really odd looking out at it from above. Those are getting a little bigger. I think that might be what we're looking for. And the right side, so we're looking at these are getting farther away, these are getting bigger, and then we should see a highway, pretty major highway, coming off of this road below us soon. So you see these are pushing away. But where this highway is, maybe this has got to be Mount Vernon then. Or whatever this square is, I assume it's Mount Vernon. We have a little road heading up. That's another screenshot. somehow the other one didn't save. Well, that's annoying. Sun is definitely going down. Starting to get that orange. That just flattened off area. I mean, this almost looks like sand dunes. How... There is the road. That actually might be the highway. Yeah, that actually could be the highway because it kind of goes along this river for a bit and then starts turning up north. So then we are looking for... There's a runway. Well, we have found where we're going, I think. Let's go ahead, cancel flight following.
Seattle Center Cessna Oscar November 5, cancel flight following. Cessna Oscar November 5, Seattle Center, cancellation received. Squawk 1200. Frequency change approved.
There's airport, Grant County, and real quick, automated 25. Let's select a runway, 27, and announce full stop. So we don't have a tower here. Announce position.
Kilo Golf Charlie Delta traffic Cessna Kilo November Echo Echo Bravo Oscar November 5 3 miles west 5,100 feet inbound to land runway 27.
That came up on us quick. Thought this town was a little bigger. Alright, let's hop out real quick, take a look. Town along the river, and then it was showing that there's a lot of town back on this side. This is on a little bluff, I guess you can call it. A very weird golf course down there. Some weird stuff going on. It's like zigzaggy, like someone got a little painting tool out. Alright, so we're going to be landing 27, which is that runway, but heading the other way. This is a cool little airport, though. I mean, they found a nice place for it in this canyon. We've still got to drop a bit. Looks like some of the buildings are not being made by AI, so that's unfortunate. Looks like there's some flat hangars over there. That'll be where we go park. Yeah, there is some town down there. Just a little, like, the sun goes down early for that part of town. Alright, let's flap. Seven. Colors are getting good. Thunder is getting annoying. Up speed a little bit, a little more throttle as we turn here. We're going to start hitting wind, although it's not too strong. We're still 1,000 feet up, but I mean, there's some land that we're dealing with as well. Where's that runway? Oh god, we way undershot that. Way too low. Is this, yeah. This is a bit of a tight area here. Luckily we're in something small. Don't need a whole lot of room to get slowed down. Alright. Bring it on down. Getting kicked around a little there. We were way too high. Need to kill off some speed. This is going to be a terrible landing. Luckily the threshold's way down there. Just going to be a long-ass taxi back. This is a good view for landing. Ooh, we're dropping. Oh, we bounced it. Well, we are going to stop and turn around right now. Everything looks a little different down on the ground now. That valley that we can't even see anymore. I never announced final, that's okay. There was no traffic anyways, right? Is this a taxiway? Yeah. Well, we didn't do a whole lot of that right, but I was a little more concerned with not hitting the side of any of those mountains. Yeah, unfortunately none of the buildings are built here. That tends to happen at small airports. But AI is supposed to generate buildings for all of the buildings it sees, so. The town had buildings. Not sure what's going on here. We're just going to go ahead and cross, because we haven't heard anyone on the radio. That might be a hard approach onto that. I don't know if you could even land that direction, or take off that direction. We'll go over here and park. I assume this is where the FBO is supposed to be. And that flight ended up being a lot longer than I had planned, but was a really good flight. Let's go ahead, shut it down. Didn't turn the lights on. One of these times I will. Let's kill the engine. Kill the batteries. Add off. Didn't get the normal end screen for some reason, so I don't know what I forgot to do, or if it's just not going to give it to me this time. Let's take a look at where we went. We are here, and we flew from here to there. So we made a fairly big chunk, because we are right here now. We started up here. If we move all the way at this distance, almost see, is this Denver here? Yeah, it's gonna be Denver. So that's Denver. So that gives you an idea where we're at, how far we gotta go. But on the grand scheme of things, I think that's where we're at. Yeah, that's where we're at. And we got a long ways to go, and I'm not sure how we're going to go about getting there, but that is the plan, and that is the 4th flight done. I hope you're enjoying this series. It's, like I said, it's June 30th. I'm getting a lot of these flights out of the way early, and I've got a holiday weekend, so I'm going to be able to do a lot more as long as the real world weather is right. So I might be doing some morning flights, but not sure where I'm going to go next. We've got options. We got Boise over here. That would be a little longer than this flight. Or we can head down here because I mean, this looks really cool. It looks like it should look really cool. I thought that Strawberry Mountain might look cool, but it's, I don't know. Not impressed with it yet. Maybe once we get around to this side. But, I don't know. I don't know if we just come down here to Burns for a short flight next time. Because there's a lot of nothing for a long ways. And so I've got to plan this out, because if we come down to Burns, then we're just going over to Boise or one of these along the Snake River. I think that's the Snake River. If we go Burns and south, there ain't shit down here. I mean, that is a long-ass flight that we'd have to do to get down to here. And then we're going really far south early, which we might need to do because we got these mountains here. So we might want to sneak around the bottom of them and then fly through Texas. I don't know. We'll see what I decide. I don't even know what I'm going to decide, so where the hell are we? There we are. I mean, we've got a lot of cool formations down here, but not a lot of landing areas. So that's the problem. But yeah, I'm hoping you're enjoying this series. Let me know what you think. If you got ideas where I should go, it's going to be too late by the time you see this. But I don't know. I will kind of do some research and try to figure out which would be cooler. But yeah, we'll see. So there you go. Thanks for watching.